Good day, everyone. My name is Graphics. Today we want to study an aspect of calculus, which is differentiation, where we are told to solve this problem that is displayed in the front of the screen. Now, it says we should differentiate y equals to sine 5s cubed. That means we should find the derivative of what? Sine 5s cubed. Now, before we jump into the solution, I need to give you a quick reminder of some specific trig functions, of derivative of some specific trig functions. Now, if you look at the top right corner of your screen, there are some specific trig functions that are displayed there, right? Like sine x, the derivative of sine x is cos x. That means when you differentiate sine x, you have cos x. And when you differentiate cos x, you have minus sine x. When you differentiate tan x, you have sec square x. Sec x will give you sec x tan x. Cot x will give you minus cosec square x. Cosec x will give you cot x cosec x. So these are some of the derivative of trig functions. Is that taken? Now let's now apply this into this question here. So said we should find the y over the x of this. That means our y is equals to sine 5x cube, and we're told to differentiate. There are many ways you can go with this, many ways, but I'll give you a faster, quicker way in analyzing this problem. And let's start. Now, the moment you write the y over the x, before you even go there, I said y is equals to sine 5s cube, meaning y is a function of x. So I can write y as saying f of x also. So whenever you see f of x equals to sine 5s cube, it's the same as writing y is equals to what? Sine 5s cube. Now let's proceed. So the moment I write the y over the x, that is if I'm using y. But if I'm using f of x, I'll just put a prime on top at a superscript prime on top of the f there. Now, immediately I put the y over the x or I put a prime on my f of x, it means I've differentiated. So what will happen? We know from the top right corner, cos sine x will give us what? Cos x. So it means that if I have sine theta, it will give us what? Cos theta. If I have sine alpha, it will give us what? Cos alpha. So sine of anything will give you cos of that thing. Is that again when you talk in terms of what? An angle, right? Or probably a constant, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if you look at this, that means if I have sine 5s cube, I'm going to be having cos 5s cube. So I'll write that in one corner, just like you're seeing what I'm doing here now. Now, in front of the sine, I have 5s cube. Now you need to differentiate 5s cube. So if you differentiate it, this is what you have. So 5s cube will give us, if I have the 5s cube, the 3 will come in front of the 5. As the 3 comes before the 5, I need to subtract 1 from the 3 at the power. Start taking. Whenever anything comes down, you subtract 1 from that thing. So I'm going to be having 3 times the 5 will give us 15. X, then 3 minus 1 will give us what? 2. So 15x squared. So my answer here, I'll place it here, will now be, the y over the x will now give us 15x squared cos 5x cubed. That is the answer. Right? Now, that is one category. Now, let's try another question again. It said, find derivative of what? Sine cube 5t. Or I can say differentiate x is equals to what? Sine cube 5t. It is two different things. The other one we solve is sine x cube. The cube was on the x, but now the cube is on the sine, right? So another way of writing this is sine 5t all cube. Now the t you see is a variable also. just like the x in the previous question. I intentionally change the variable because it's not every time you be seeing x. Sometimes you can see x, you can see v, you can see w. The variable can change, right? So don't get stuck with that and feel that every question is going to give you give you x or y. They can change it. It can be x, just like this one you're seeing here. They're telling you s is equals to what? Sine cube 5t. So in this case, the x you are seeing is a function of t. So another way of writing that x is putting what? F of t, right? So let's proceed. Now, if I want to differentiate sine 5t all cube, right? So I'll now put my dx over the t equals to, now let's go to one corner and see how we can analyze that. Now, if you write your sine 5t all cube, the 3 on the top will come, we're using what's called power rule. The 3 on the top will come in front of the sine 5t, then because it has come down, we're going to subtract 1 from it, right? Then it doesn't end there. Now you now differentiate 5t. Now let's do that to 5t. Now I have my 5t here. You know, if you differentiate 5t, if you differentiate sine 5t, you'll be having cos 5t, right? Now you now differentiate what you have in front of the cos, which is 5t. And that will give us what? 5, right? Because with 5t, you have 5, which I've showed you in my previous video. And this is what we have here. So this is what I will now place in front of the 3 to multiply everything. So I'll have, I'm going to have 5 cos 5t times 3 into bracket sine 5t all square. You can see that? Now, you cannot multiply anything with the 5t in front of the sine because that is an angle there. You cannot change it, right? But you see the 5 in front of the sine 5t and the 3 in front of the sine 5t, you can multiply them. So 5 times 3 is 15, right? So we have 15 sine 5t, then sine 5t all square. So I can decide to place my square, I can move it from the top here and put it here. Nothing changes, it's still the same thing. So this is the derivative of what? Of sine cube 5t. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and don't forget to also like the video. Thanks for watching.